Hello everybody, it's Jeanette Bilda. This is a design team project for Luise Heinzl. This journal uses her autonia mushrooms kit, which I'll have a link down below. This kit gave me an opportunity to try out something I've been wanting to do. So a while ago, my husband and I, he very nicely takes me to flea markets and deals with me wandering around for hours. And I happened to find someone had leather remnants. Not a whole lot, so I was, didn't have a good amount to choose from, but she had some really nice pieces. And she happened to have this one, this really beautiful, I don't know how it's coming out on the monitor, but it's a very soft sage kind of a green. Really nice. I mean, it looks brand new, which I kind of wished it looked a little more roughed up, but it will eventually. So, and I saw it and I was like, I have a leather journal that I love to color. One of my favorite things in the world is coloring. I find it very relaxing. And I like to get different artists' little digi stamps, especially fairies and whatnot, and then color them. And I keep all of them in this little leather journal that I got. And I really love that little leather journal, and I've been wanting to try it out, just make my own. I've never bound anything to leather, and so when I saw the mushrooms, I thought about, ooh, that's perfect. Nature, put it in my little leather, make a little leather cover, give me a chance to try it out. And definitely a trial. I've learned some things. One thing is this might be a little too floppy. It's very, 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 very soft. And so it is quite floppy. On the other hand, that's quite nice. It doesn't resist. It doesn't. My other journal really, it's very strong, or I don't know what the word is. It's not thick. It's just that it's a hard kind of a leather. And so when I open it, it doesn't, sit. Whereas this just flops. So, and it was very, I learned quite a lot in terms of figuring out how to bind into the leather. So that was good. So learning experience, but let's see. So this is I have this in my stash. My mother-in-law gave me just a massive amount of buttons one time, and this just happened to be, and then I'll undo this. So this was just a remnant piece that I took off of the leather when I cut out the cover. And so I just used this little buckle piece for my strip here, and just a little closure, and it's not attached. I don't know what I might change how that is. This is very much, like I said, it's a play kind of thing. Opens up, and like I said, it there's no resistance because it's quite floppy, so it lays quite nicely. So the other thing I wanted was, I've been learning how to sew, and I'm drinking chai because my throat's hurting, so excuse me. But I've been learning how to sew in paper, and I wanted to kind of have a background to some of these pieces. And I thought, what I'll do is take this brown paper that I have, sew it to the back of the design paper, and it makes a little pocket. So that's one of the things I did. And so there's quite a bit of sewing. Here on this first page, you can see some 3D. I can't seem to resist taking some element of the picture and popping it up. Turn this one into a little pocket for one of the tags. There's a whole page of tags. Backed it with some of that brown paper. This is my very sad attempt at tuning. I don't like to tea dye or coffee dye because I don't like the acid. Like I said before, a lot of my stuff ends up with my family, and they like to put pictures and other things in it. And of course, that's not archival if it's tea or coffee. Perfectly fine for writing and journaling, but not pictures. So I'm always trying to find new ways to color my pages to age them. So this is Walnut Stain. little bit of the walnut stain in a spray bottle with a little rubbing alcohol. So I definitely went outside when spraying this. And I think it turned out kind of interesting. They're all different. There's a whole bunch of pages in here that I did that with, and every one of them turned out different. Didn't matter what I did, but it was kind of fun. So let's dive into this. Like I said, there's a lot of sewing. I found some different, this is actually an old tea bag. Little strips of leftover fabric, little paper. So did a lot of sewing. And as you can see, I am not good at it, but I'm learning. I'm getting there. This is just a little, one of those, oil bags. It's a little oil envelope. I don't know what they call that. This is a strip down one of the side of design papers. And here you have the first pocket. This one doesn't have anything in it. There's quite a few pockets in here because like I said, I backed the designer paper with the brown, and sometimes I use this, it's just a free image that I found in one of the sites where you can get backgrounds, and so this was one that I got, and I used that on a few of them just because it had a kind of a buggy kind of look to it. So here, I love this kit. I don't know what it is about mushrooms and bugs. I don't like bugs in real life, but I really like bugs and images of bugs. Go figure, who knew? So anyways, I love it. So here's another one of my spray tins. You can see it's just completely different, but hey, it's nice to play around. It's just a little doily, put it into the, there can be a tuck spot, and also on the other side. And this is a circle from the kit, so it has a nice little set of circles. I think this mushroom is actually from my stash. I have a bunch of mushrooms that I've cut out of different books, stickers. Like I said, I really like mushrooms and insects, bees. Here's another designer paper made into a pocket. And then I made a lot of journaling cards. There are journaling cards in the kit, but I made a lot of more by selective choosing on the design pages. So for instance, this was a corner of one of the design pages. So, and then that's just backed onto this brown paper again and made into a nice little journaling card. So, I mean, just because it's one of the pages, look for elements on it that you can use for other things. This is just some old paper that I had and with some stenciling. Another one of the design pages. I didn't do anything to this because it's just so gorgeous. The kit has a whole, I think there's like 6 maybe pockets. So quite a lot of pockets. A little tag. Some more stenciling. This was one of the tags from the kit, and I just put some other little papers down to make a little pocket. And this is a computer card, programming card. And this is one of the sides of the designer papers with a little sticker on it. And another pocket, and this one doesn't have everything in it. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Love the colors. A little stenciling. One of the circles. Make a little tab for the paper. Love the bugs. I don't know. Again, this is one of the pages from the design, just selective choosing, if you will. How about that way? And again, the paper on the back. And some really lousy sewing, but hey, I'm improving. I think I might eventually manage to sew into a straight line at some point. There are 2 of these little strips in the kit that you can use as like a belly band. Here I've just put some fabric on it and made it into a little tuck spot for another one of the tags. Just some grid paper, again, spritz in with the Walnut Stain. And some more of the gorgeous paper into another pocket. Some more stenciling. Sticker. This is another paper that I just had in my stash. And here, just a strip of some fabrics, remnants made into a little pocket. And here's one of the journaling cards from the kit. And I just made a little tab with some fabric, and that's just stapled on. Don't need to sew everything. And here again, just took one of the images. This is a little doily. I just took the middle of the doily to make a nice little tuck spot for the other journaling card. And as you can see, I had all this paper, and in another project I had used some of this paper that I had made spritz, and I had all of these offcuts, I'm going to say. So I just made this into a little pad of paper. It's actually just stapled, and then some fabric to hide the staple, and put into one of the pockets. Just flip out. I think the stenciling on this brown paper just came out really neat. Another pocket. And here again, I took just a piece of one of the design papers to make a little side piece here for the flip out. Some more paper. And here again, 3D'd up the little mushrooms to make a pocket for another one of the tags. This paper isn't long, so you can see that this was actually given to me, this paper here, as it is, and so it wasn't long enough, and so it's glued to this piece and then hid into a little pocket, which I really like that. And I just added the tag here, make it pretty. Another little strip of remnants, and made into a little pocket for another tag. Another pocket, and here's another one. Oh, how about that way? One of the design pages just cut off again. And this is another strip that I used, I think, earlier. And here's the other belly band strip that's in the kit. And again, I backed it with some fabric and made it into a little pocket. There's another tag. Another just little piece of fabric for flip out. And in this pocket, which I love the colors on this little pocket. I don't know what it is about that kind of green that I like. Little tag, and another one of the piece of the design paper turned into a little journaling tag. Little sticker. And this is from one of the design papers in there somewhere. And I just took the long piece of the dragonfly. I just thought that was really cool. And a little pocket for another of the tags. One of the circles from the kit. A little more stenciling, and this is the last pocket with another journaling tag, or journaling stuff. And some really bad sewing. Wow, I kind of really managed to do that one. Every once in a while, I mean, look at this. Straight lines. I mean, that's actually still, well, I'm very impressed with myself. 2 straight lines. You get excited by the little things, don't you? Oh, there's the dragonfly that I took that little piece from. So, lovely kit. Please go take a look. She makes some very beautiful art, and I actually made this all in, I think, one day. It was just when I saw it and thought about my leather and putting it, I was just inspired, and it just flowed right out. So sometimes you get something that just really speaks to you. And like I said, I love mushrooms and bugs, so I really was happy with this. And like I said, I learned some about, it was very hard. You can see some of these little white spots. I used a white, maybe you can't see, but I used a white gel pen to mark the spots for it, and boy, yeah, I had to redo that about 6 times. So, a learning curve. But I think it turned out okay. It works. A little sloppy, but it works. And I might change my closure, so if you have any ideas on that, maybe if I had sewn it in when I was binding, I don't know. I don't like it that it's not attached because I'm afraid I'm going to lose it, but I don't know how to attach it. So if anybody has an idea, suggestions, if you see something that maybe I could have done better, so you have any ideas for improvements, because like I said, learning curve. And I have a little bit more of this leather. It was a nice big piece, so I have another half so I can make another one. So I do want to improve, so any suggestions would be great. So again, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and listening to me ramble like crazy, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.